Yeah, thank you very much. You see, from what Mr. Saidu said about the metering, every progressive Nigeria will support what he has said. And it goes in line with the bill. Every action taken by the legislature is to see how we can cope this issue of gas flaring. Don't forget, we are not the executive. Executive implements. Of course, like we've all agreed, there have been other bills enacted to take care of this gas flaring. But how far has it been implemented? So any legislature that comes up will look at what he can do to help cope this menace. In terms of the only way he can do it is through bills and motion. We are not the executive that implements. So what the bill is to show the empathy of the House on this issue of gas flaring. We support every action. That metering is very, very important. Of course, if the equipments are there, if I really want to do business, if I want to make profit, and there are conditions for me to drill, I must use ABCD instruments as used in other climates, in other countries. So what stops the enforcement agency from ensuring that for me to drill and say in this business, I must use what is provided? That is not the duty of the legislature. That is purely an executive responsibility. So where the executive fails, we come up and say, okay, the executive have not done A, B, C, D, E. Is there any way, through enactment of law, that we can help checkmate these excesses? That is what is happening. And that is what has given rise.
Is that the way your oversight functions comes in?
In oversight functions, like we've heard here, there's been a joint committee set up, still on this issue. A report has been submitted. It's passed by the House. We don't enforce. Legislature don't enforce. So by the time we make report to the enforcement agency, the executive, this is what we found out, this is what should be done. That is where our responsibility stops. So the problem in the country is not the law, it's the willpower, the political powers to do what is right. That is my opinion, and I hold it every day. We have every law that takes care of the problem of this country. But how many of our leaders have the willpower, the political powers, to say this must be done? And until and except this is done, you'll still go around, you'll see this is the 10th assembly, the 11th assembly will come. Members will have the zeal to look at how the laws can be amended. We are now moving from $2 to $5. Probably by the 11th assembly, someone else will come up with from $5 to $10.
At least we're making progress.
We are making progress.